What's up everyone, welcome back. As we know, the Lakers have an underwhelming record below 500, and because of that, it will be difficult for them to attract the top buyout candidates. For example, Goran Dragic, who is currently the top buyout player available by reputation, ended up choosing the Brooklyn Nets over them. If that is an indication for what is to come, they will not be able to attract any big-time difference makers through the buyout market. Now, I know that may initially sound a bit disappointing, but as we know, a bigger name does not always equate to being a better fit, and a guy like Stanley Johnson is the perfect representation of that. No, he may not be a game changer, but he has without a doubt been a great fit for their team and even has a future with them moving forward. In my opinion, the Lakers need to target more players like that, ones that are young but could still help their team right now and could even be potential fits on their team moving forward as well. That is how they can build continuity on their team moving forward, and for cheap. If they are going that route though, they probably would feel comfortable adding a player who they already have familiarity with. And what better way to do that than by picking a player from their very own G League team? They have already reaped the benefits of doing this before by finding hidden gems like Alex Caruso and Stanley Johnson. And I believe they could do that again. Their G League team, the South Bay Lakers, actually have a lot of underrated talent, and in my opinion, many of them are NBA level players. I've already mentioned a guy like Cam Oliver before, who I believe would be a very good option as well, but one guy who has rarely been mentioned from their G League team at all happens to be Paris Bass. Arguably the most well-rounded player on their entire G League team, he is definitely an intriguing prospect, a 6'8" forward, and one who can play and defend multiple different positions. Bass would appear to be a great fit for today's NBA. He is not really a true small forward or power forward, but rather a little bit of both. He does move well enough to be a small forward, but he can also play big enough to be a power forward. Averaging well over 1 steal per game, he clearly has good enough reaction time to make plays on the perimeter, but at the same time, he is averaging nearly 1 block per game to go along with over 6 rebounds per game too. His great combination of height, length, and mobility allow him to offer a wide array of versatility on defense, which in my opinion, that alone should garner him interest from NBA teams. He is by no means an elite defender, but you cannot undervalue the importance of versatility in today's game, because nowadays, pretty much every team's game plan on defense will be to switch on every screen. If a player cannot do that effectively, then they better have a great offensive game to make up for it, or at the very least have a high enough IQ to know how to rotate. A guy like Paris Bass will offer you that versatility though. Again, you probably cannot expect him to lock anyone down, but he can effectively switch and not be completely taken advantage of by any position. And that to me offers a lot of value alone. In today's NBA, 3-and-D forwards are arguably the most valuable role players in the entire game, and largely due to the versatility that they provide on defense. But that is not the only thing that he can provide. Along with that, he offers a pretty darn good offensive game as well. He can comfortably handle the ball, take a defender off the dribble, run the floor, and can even shoot the ball fairly reliably as well. He is far from a knockdown three-point shooter, but he will connect on around 33 to 35% of the three-point shots that he attempts. And if you put him in the corner or wing and have a guy like LeBron giving him completely wide open shots, I would be confident in his ability to knock them down. Averaging around 18 points per game is nothing to slouch at either, as he obviously is not putting up that number of points by accident. Paris Bass has a well-rounded offensive game and is able to reach that point total in multiple different ways. One game he may get hot shooting the ball, another game he'll get a large majority of his points during fast break opportunities, and sometimes he will even get them primarily from offensive rebounding. He is a hard worker on the court, and oftentimes, he is able to put up big numbers from that hard work. During this season alone, he has already had 4 different games with 18 or more points and 10 or more rebounds. And remember, that is coming from a forward. To me, his rebounding ability has really been the thing that stands out the most about his game. For a guy who is only around 200 pounds and not anywhere near an elite level athlete, he is able to effectively bang down low. And again, I credit that to his hardworking mentality. You really either have that or you don't. There is no in between. But clearly, Paris Bass definitely has that mentality. For me, a hardworking mentality is something that I really prioritize when evaluating a G League player. I mean, sure, a guy putting up 25 or more points in the G League may initially stand out to you, but do you really think he will do that in the NBA? More likely than not, no, they won't. Rather, I believe it's more effective to find the hardworking players like Alex Caruso, Stanley Johnson, and maybe even Paris Bass. They are the type of players who are not going to try and wow you with their offensive game. They are going to try and make an impression on you with their hardworking mentality. Which, again, that in my opinion is a much more effective way for a G League player to find a role on an NBA team, with a majority of teams already having enough offensive firepower. That's not really what they are typically looking for. I think Laker legend Alex Caruso really put it best when he said, "A big reason why guys get stuck in the G League is because they don't realize the position they're trying out for." It's like going to a job interview thinking you're going to be the CFO of a company, and they're really looking for someone to clean the bathrooms. I've honestly never heard a better and more realistic quote than that one when it comes to making the NBA. It's really the harsh reality that many G League players may not want to hear, but one that they need to hear. And that is why I would rather give an opportunity to a hardworking G League player like Paris Bass over one who is only focused on putting up points. Maybe the Lakers will end up hitting big in the buyout market and won't need to do that, but in my opinion, it would not be a bad option for them either. They really do have a talented G League team, and one that they should take advantage of if they are looking for hard workers. But with that will conclude my thoughts on why Paris Bass could be an underrated target for the Lakers. And what do you guys think? How do you feel about him and his game? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below and we can talk about it there. But before you go, I would like to invite you to join the official Discord for the channel. If you like having NBA debates and discussion with others in real time, being updated on NBA news, or even being able to chat with me, then you really should think about joining. And if you want additional NBA content from me on YouTube, then I recommend you head over to my second channel called JSM Plus. I make videos on every NBA team over there, so if you think you might enjoy that, be sure to check it out. That will do it for this video though. Big thank you to everyone who took the time to watch until the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.